Good morning. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss last chapter of this section, that is remote sensing. This is a very interesting and important technique nowadays. The plant scientists or scientists throughout the world using for analyzing the data which is in the remote areas. Now, this word remote sensing itself is indicative. Its meaning that remote, that is far away or in the remote areas, and sensing by using different types of sensors that can measure, or we can measure, able to measure the information about the area or any information about the location, as well as in a plant sciences we can measure the information or we can detect the information about the plants. Now, in this chapter, we are going to discuss the definition, then basic principle, process of data acquisition and interpretation, global positioning system, and application of remote sensing in ecology. In today's presentation, today's lecture, we are going to discuss the first three part, that is definition, basic principle, and process of data acquisition and interpretation. The definition: remote sensing is the process of detecting and monitoring the physical characteristics of an area by measuring its reflected and emitted radiation at a distance. So, simply, it is a process of detecting and monitoring. So, here we are going to detect and monitor the changes. So, this is one important feature of this technique, that firstly we can able to detect the information. So what in plant sciences, or being ecology students, you can detect any area. For example, I am interested in determining the forest ecosystem or determining the forest structure. In that case, we can use the remote sensing for determination of different types of plant species which are present in that area or in the interior of the area. Also, by using the technique of remote sensing, we may able to identify the individual plant species which are present in the remote areas. So in some areas where the access is denied or access is not possible, in that case, by measuring the intensities or reflection by different types of species, it is possible to identify the plant species which are present in the interior, as well as it is also possible to monitor. There in ecological structure, or suppose in forest, there are different types of activities are going on, and if you want to monitor the changes or different types of activities which are going on in the forest areas or in the remote areas, by using the remote sensing technology in the laboratory only, we can able to identify, we can able to monitor the changes which takes place in the forest system. So this is related with the physical characteristics of the area, and this can be possible by measuring the reflected and emitted radiation at a distance. So every object, when the solar radiation reaches to any object, this object or these radiations are reflected back or emitted back from that object, and they again can be reflected into the atmosphere. So by remote sensing technology, the sensors or satellites which are placed in the atmosphere, these satellites are so sensitive that they can detect the emitted or reflected rays, and these rays can be interpreted in terms of data, and that data can be assessed, or after processing that data, it is possible to identify the object or the processes which takes place, or the changes which takes place in that object. So this is how the remote sensing is very interesting technology, which can be used in several ways. uh, so the instrumentation or principle of this technique is, remote sensors are devices that measure and record specific type of energy. So from the solar radiations or solar energy which is reaches to the atmosphere, and when this energy reaches on the object or on different types of surface, depending on the capabilities of that surface where the energy reaches, these different types of surface or objects reflects that energy back in the atmosphere, in terms of rays, and that rays can be sensed or detected by the sensor. So this energy is in the form of electromagnetic radiations, and this reflected energy in the form of electromagnetic radiations can be measured by using the sensors which are placed in the satellites. This electromagnetic spectrum, it is a continuous range of electromagnetic radiations, and these spectrums can be divided either in the form of gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet, visible light, or infrared, or microwaves, or radio waves. So in different forms of energy that rays are emitted back into the atmosphere, and these electromagnetic radiations can be detected by the sensors in the satellite. So this remote sensing involves measurement of energy in many parts in the electromagnetic spectrum, and which gives in the form of spectral bands. And this spectral band is defined as a discrete interval of electromagnetic spectrum. So these different types of bands which are reflected back or emitted back can be detected in the form of electromagnetic spectrum. So these satellites which are placed in the atmosphere, these satellite sensors have been designed to measure the responses within a particular spectral band. So these satellites which are moving in the atmosphere, they are not constant, they are moving as per their properties, as per their applications, and these satellites are detecting these different types of rays back into the atmosphere. And depending on the requirement, scientists choose particular spectral band of data collection depending on the type of examination, and the data captured is recorded by the sensors, and after interpretation there are different types of different methods of interpretation. So by using different or specific type of interpretation methods, it is possible to interpret that data, and that can be used for information as well as for gaining the subject knowledge. The technique varies from simple traditional method to visual interpretation, and there is computer processing also. So the images which are received by the sensors, these images can be appear in different colors, or the diffraction or reflected rays can be interpreted in different bands, and that bands can be measured or by visualizing, or only by visual methods we can able to identify the composition of that area. So this is how the instrumentation or this remote sensing works. So the solar radiations, from solar radiations the rays are comes onto the atmosphere, onto the surface of earth, suppose, and built up area, then road, then soil, barren soil is there, then grasses is there, species of grasses are there, different types of forests are there. So all these rays which reaches to the surface of that object, depending on the object or depending on the capabilities of that object, these rays are reflected back towards the satellite, and the sensors of satellite can detect the energy in the form of electromagnetic radiations, and the waves can be detected by the detectors, and then after interpretation or upon interpretation, it is possible to identify the structure, nature, composition of that object. So this interpretation is of various types. So interpretation and analysis of remote sensing data involves identification and measurement of various targets. So these different types of target are there, maybe construction is there, maybe road are there, maybe barren soil is there, then grass species are there, water is there, and the forest types of there. So these different types of objects are there, and these objects can be determined or interpreted by two methods. So first method is visual interpretation, and second method is digital processing and analysis. So visual method, as the name itself is indicative, by mere observation it is possible to identify the object, and this visual method, in visual method, the scientists, or we can observe the feature tone, that is color variation in color, then pattern of object, then shape of that object, texture of that object, shadow of that object, and association of that object. So by mere visualization we can differentiate these things. So color, we can identify different, suppose the water is there, this water, instead of blue, general blue color, the water appears red color in satellite images. Forests, they are green in color, but the forest or the plants reflect in different colors. So by visualization of satellite image we can identify the area or that particular object. So this red color, suppose instead of blue color water, the red color is appears on in the satellite images. So red color, wherever the red color is there, we can identify that red color part is of water. So likely by color differentiation, by visualization of color only, we can identify whether the water is present or forest is there. So what kind of system or surface is there. Then we can identify even by shape, then texture, then shadow, and by association. So in forest we can find different types of species. So different leaf color variations can be also useful for interpretation or identification of that information. Then digital processing and analysis may be performed by using computer. As the digital processes are there, computer is involved, and this digital processor or digital analysis can be more informative, because every minute object can be detected in digital processing. This method can be used to enhance data, so we can magnify the data, we can amplify the data even on the computer, and we can go into the details of that object. We can also correct the data, also we can restore or store the information which we have collected in the form of digital processing. This also helps to automatically identify the target and extract information about that target. So this digital processing involve it has four categories. There are pre-processing, then image enhancement, image transformation, image classification, and the analysis. So in digital processing, the first part is pre-processing. So whenever the data is reached to the source or reached to the satellite, then from satellite we can acquire the data on in a computer, and where it requires the pre-processing. Then image enhancement, so quality of that image can be enhanced. Image transformation, the image can be transformed as per the requirement. And classification and analysis, so this we'll discuss in detail. The pre-processing, it involves those operations that are normally required prior to main data analysis. So whenever the data we have collected, if my interest is for the particular area only, and we have collected the information in the form of in the image which is of 30 by 30 meters, and my interest is only in 10 meters. So the remaining part we can remove, and we can select that particular 10 meter by 10 meter patch, and we can process or focus that particular area. This is generally grouped as radiometric and geometric correction. These processes include radiometric correction to correct the uneven sensor response over the whole image, and geometric correction to correct the geometric distortion. So radiometric information, where uneven information or uneven sensor responses can be removed. So the responses which are not required can be removed. And geometric correction correct the geometric distortion. So soil level or substratum level can be corrected in pre-processing. Then image enhancement is the conversion of original imagery to a better understandable level of spectral quality. So image quality can be enhanced. Generally this happens, or this we image enhancement we can achieve in a normal photograph, normal iCard size photograph. This we process. So image can be processed, and we can remove the dark spots or all other part on the skin, and then the image is processed. So likewise image enhancement can be achieved. It is useful to examine the image histogram before performing any image enhancement. So this is about the image enhancement. The next, image transformation, involves a combined process of data from multiple spectral bands. So transformation, where the image is transformed. So subtraction may be there, addition may be there, multiplication or division may be there. So these operations can be performed, and the image can be transformed into new image, and this new image is better display the features of that object. This also reduce the dimensionality, that is number of bands of the data, and it compress the image, can be and can be used for better purpose. Image classification and analysis. Classification of the image is based on known and unknown identity. So classification, where we can if we have collected the information of forest ecosystem, then we can classify that data. the grass system, if we do not require, then we can remove, we can classify that as a grass ecosystem or grassland ecosystem, then forest ecosystem. So this kind of classification we can achieve. Then aquatic ecosystem may be there. So this kind of classification on the visual information or on that information can be done. And after classification is complete, it is necessary to evaluate its accuracy by comparing the categories on the classified image. So classification and analysis, this part is there. And the final result of analysis consists of map. So finally we can get image in the form of map. The data regarding the or information regarding the map in the form of data, and finally report where all the information which is present on that image we can get. So these three component result provide user with full information about the source data, and this is how we can classify and image analyze that particular image. So I think for today's lecture this is sufficient. In tomorrow's lecture we'll discuss the next part.